What will be clear if a man behaves as though he is an extension of his mother is that he hasn't separated from her. He will then be an adult, but based on how he behaves, it will be as if he is still a dependent child. However, there is the chance that he is not even aware that he is not living his own life. If so, he could create the impression that he is happy living in this way, and that he is not neglecting himself. To the outside observer, it could be hard for them to comprehend how a man could be in this position. It could be clear to them that he has his own life to live, and that he won't live forever. Still, they could hope that he will soon wake up and smell the roses. If this relates to a close friend of his, or someone that is in a romantic relationship with him, they could try to change him. Assuming that this is a friend of his, they could say that he needs to start focusing on his own life. Additionally, they could say that his life is important and that he won't get another chance. This might be something that he is able to hear, and he might be grateful for their support. Then again, he could dismiss what they say and end up spending less time with this friend. If this is what takes place, it will show that he is not ready to face reality. Consequently, he will continue to behave in the same way and put his mother's needs and well-being before his own. Most likely, if he was to face up to the fact that he is not there for himself, he would come into contact with a lot of pain. Behaving in this way is then going to be undermining him in one way and serving him in another. So, let's pretend that something was to happen that allowed him to see that he is abandoning himself. He could soon feel the need to go back to how he was before. Not behaving in the same way could cause him to experience a fair amount of anxiety and fear. Now, if he was to sit with this and go deeper, he could soon find that he feels that his life will come to an end if he is not there for his mother. As a result of this, it will be a case of him being there for his mother and surviving, and being there for himself and his life coming to an end. Based on this, it is to be expected that his need to live his own life will have been covered up. His greatest need will be to survive, not to express himself. And as this is seen as a threat to his existence, it will have to be denied. The big question is, why would he feel that his life would come to an end if he freely expresses himself and acts like an individual? This is something that should feel comfortable, not something that causes him to feel deeply unsettled. If his life has been this way for as long as he can remember, it could show that he was largely deprived of the emotional nutrients that he needed during his formative years. This may have been a time when his mother used him to meet some of her needs. Thus, it wouldn't have been possible for her to truly be there for him and provide him with what he needed to go through each developmental stage. She may have seen him as nothing more than an extension of herself, which will show how underdeveloped she was. Right from the beginning of his life, when he expressed a need, he might have often been punished, disapproved of, rejected, and/or abandoned. This would then have sent him the message that his needs were bad and were a threat to his survival. He would have gradually lost touch with his needs and the pain that he experienced in order to keep it together and function. This probably wouldn't have changed how his mother behaved, but it would have made it easier for him to handle what was going on. His need to express himself and gradually live his own life then would have also been repressed. With this need out of the way, there would have been no reason for him to feel the need, let alone a strong need, to break away from his mother. Part of what will fuel this need will be his aggression or fight instinct. And this part of him is then also likely to have been repressed. Adapting in this way will have served him during his formative years, but now it will be preventing him from truly living. Ultimately, what he fears will happen if he expresses himself will relate to what has already happened. But as he had to repress how he felt all those years ago and was unable to face and integrate how he felt, it will be seen as something that will happen if he changes his behaviour. So with that said, if you are a man who is in this position and you have been abandoning yourself for as long as you can remember and not expressing yourself and truly living your own life, then this may be due to the fact that you were deprived of what you needed during your formative years, and the part of you that will give you the need to express yourself, your aggression, has been deeply repressed. And as you were deprived of what you needed, you can then believe that if you were to express yourself, your life will end up coming to an end. And this is then likely to show that you are carrying not just negative beliefs, but a lot of pain that needs to be worked through. So if you are not questioning what you believe already and working through your pain, then you may need to reach out for external support so that you can go where you wouldn't go by yourself, and to gradually become a more integrated human being, because you are here to live your own life. If you would like to find out more about the services that I offer, please go to www.oliverjrcooper.co.uk or email me at info@oliverjrcooper.co.uk, and I'm looking forward to assisting you on your journey.